Hi, Jason here from AQuest Wealth Strategies. Today, I'm going to reveal to you the benefits that you can enjoy by converting a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. Now, I love Roth IRAs, and there are a ton of benefits, so buckle up. This is going to be a fast-moving video in this series.
I don't want to buckle. I really don't want to buckle.
Buckle up, mother.
So number one, tax-free growth.
There's no withholding, Bubs. It's tax-free.
All right, whatever investments you have chosen to be held inside of your Roth IRA, whether it's because you contributed or because you converted or both, are not only growing tax-free, but are going to be able to be withdrawn tax-free. So that's a huge, huge, huge benefit. Suppose you open up a Roth IRA at age 25 and you contribute $6,000 a year until age 65, and you can earn 7%, let's say, on a rate of return. It's not crazy, right? In this instance, you would have $1.2 million in your account that grew tax-free, you could take out tax-free, and will be inherited tax-free by the time that you retire.
1.2 million. Wow.
It's so much, it's such a huge benefit. When I say tax-free, I mean that you could withdraw the entire $1.2 million in one day, buy a house cash in Costa Rica, no taxes, no penalties.
We're moving to Costa Rica.
Yeah. Now imagine instead you had decided to invest in your 401k. You could have gotten some tax deductions along the way, which may or may not be valuable to you. But you're liable to pay at least 25% on a marginal tax rate on your 1.2 million. That means that you take out your 1.2 million, you go to buy a house for 1.2 million, and you realize you only have 770,000 left because Uncle Sam took 430,000 from you, right? That's a much worse house in Costa Rica.
It could be worse, right? Much, much worse.
Now, I know this is an example of a contribution when we are talking more about conversions, but it illustrates the point in a manner that is understandable, to a lot of people on how beneficial it is to consistently get money into that Roth. Number two is there are tax-free withdrawals in retirement. The opportunity of tax-free withdrawal and investment and earnings on the Roth IRA makes it even more attractive because it's not only what you put in, but it's also the earnings.
Does it get any better than this?
So not only is the growth in your Roth IRA investment tax-free forever, but also the withdrawal is tax-free forever at any age and any amount.
Whose day just got better?
When you're done with all of your contributions or conversions to a Roth and you're above age 59, you can take out all of that money tax-free, which is a huge, huge, huge benefit to people, especially that don't have large fixed incomes in retirement, because there's a potential to keep your Social Security tax-free. Yup, Social Security could be taxable, and for most people it is. Yup, you can keep it tax-free. And yes, you can mess the whole thing up and make it very taxable by having too much income.
Wait, what was that last one?
Roth IRA withdrawals can really help you avoid that. We did an awesome webinar series on how to keep your Social Security tax-free, which you can find on the AQuest Wealth YouTube channel as well as our website. Now, if you think you might benefit from this, it is one of the strongest strategies to increase your retirement income that's really out there, and you should really check it out if you don't have a large fixed income.
Well, let's check it out.
So the third benefit of a Roth IRA is that there is no age restriction on annual contributions. So Roth IRAs are super flexible in that sense. Most of the other retirement vehicles that you have, 401ks, if you take the money out, you've got to pay tax and a penalty. Roth IRAs, if you take the earnings out, you have to pay a tax and a penalty. But as long as you only take out the contributions or the amount that you converted, you can do that with no penalty and no tax. Remember, IRAs also put limits on your annual contributions, and they don't allow you to make any contributions beyond the age of 72. So again, Roths are a lot more flexible. The fourth benefit is Roth IRAs are not subject to required minimum distributions.
Can you explain this, please?
A required minimum distribution is the amount that you must start taking out of your retirement, IRA or 401k, 403b, after you reach the age of 72. Now, there is a risk involved in taking out 2 RMDs in 1 year because this may lead you to a higher tax bracket, cause you to lose like a really nice tax credit, or increase your Medicare premium. Roth IRAs grow tax-free. They help avoid some of these potential mistakes, all of these problems, and they don't boost you into a higher tax bracket in retirement.
That's a relief.
The fifth benefit of Roth IRAs is a big one. It's one of my favorites. Roth IRAs are inherited without any tax being due, other than maybe an estate tax if you're worth 12 million, maybe 25 million plus. So that means your kids will inherit your Roth IRA tax-free. Before 2020, this benefit used to be even bigger because your kids could inherit your Roth IRA tax-free and keep it as a Roth for their whole life.
Kids will love that.
Now, they did have to take out a little bit every year as a required minimum distribution from their inherited Roth, but they could keep it tax-free. That meant that money was growing tax-free for their whole lives, and their distributions were tax-free. They could also take out more than that little required minimum distribution each year, so it was super flexible, it was great. Now the CARES Act of 2020 changed all that, and although your kids are still going to inherit your account tax-free, they can only keep it as a Roth for 10 years.
And whose idea was that?
Meaning they've got to have all of the money out of there in 10 years. So it's not quite as good as it used to be, but it's still a huge benefit. So thanks again for checking out our videos, and be sure to hit that like button, and you can potentially share this with your friends. Also, if you have any questions on Roth IRAs, Roth conversions, or how they may benefit from you, you can contact us at AQuestWealth.com. It's AQUEST Wealth.com, and set up a complimentary consultation with your favorite AQuest advisor. You can also subscribe to this channel to be alerted when we put up new videos in this series or any other one that might interest you. Thank you.